The Curse of Frankenstein. This is a review on a 1957 film called what I just called it earlier. And this film is a very good film that you can actually find on Tubi for free. And one interesting fact about it is Christopher Lee is actually playing Frankenstein in this film. Of course, he's covered with a lot of makeup, so you can't tell, and his costume and all that. And secondly, another interesting fact is, despite that the film is very good, it does not follow the book faithfully. It follows the book, but it chooses to depict Victor Frankenstein as being more of a bad person and more egotistical in the film. Whereas in the book, he's still a bad person and he's a little egotistical, but he has more self-pity about creating this monster. Whereas in the movie, he wants to discover like the cure to immortality. So he's more moved by the monster and the fact that he wants to create like a perfect human, even though clearly Frankenstein is not that. So the plot begins basically to the movie where this guy has to find a tutor. Victor Frankenstein is studying science, and he's very interested in science, so he has to find a tutor. I don't remember the tutor's name in the picture, so we're just going to call him Professor Mustache, because he has a mustache. So Victor is standing next to Professor Mustache, and that is the specimen he has. That's Frankenstein being wrapped down on a table. So then there's two other characters in this movie that are kind of main characters. There's this maid, which is the girl on the left with black hair, and she's in love with Victor, and she's a maid who serves in Victor's house. But eventually she finds out where Frankenstein is in the house, and that he has a lab upstairs where he's doing that, creating this monster. So when she finds out, Victor has to waste her. And I'm not going to spoil the plot. So then you have a second character who's a girl as well. You have this girl who's named Elizabeth, and she's the person that Victor is actually in love with, not the maid. And the thing that's about Elizabeth is like, she's basically like the damsel. But the thing is, what's tough for her is at the end of the movie, she gets wasted as well. And I'm not going to spoil how it happens. So anyways, here's another picture with Elizabeth and Victor. And you see it, the Victorian era, they had those people with the sideburns and all that. And they had the coats and all the coats, the sideburns, the Victorian environment, So what's good about the film? The film is not slow. It's about like an hour and 30 minutes long. There's a decent amount of action, and there's a large amount of questioning morality in the film. And, you really get to see the problems that Frankenstein creates. Unlike modern films where Frankenstein is running around everywhere, like attacking dozens of people, this film, because it's a 50s film and because it's based off theater, they just pick a few scenes to show Frankenstein's violent nature because he's a scrapped up together human. And the last part of the film is very tragic in a way, because let's just say Victor doesn't have a happy ending, And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the review. Check it out.